Hi, I'm Robert Resch. I'm the COO at Asurface. Welcome to the Asurface Show, where we provide useful information for developers, general contractors, architects, and designers. Hi, I'm here with Daniel Pagano, Director of Wood Operations at Asurface, and we're going to talk about reclaimed wood. Daniel, tell me a little bit about reclaimed wood.
Well, reclaimed wood is it comes from the logs that most of them sunk into rivers 100 years ago when they used to cut the forest and throw the logs like you see in the movies, rolling down the river, and like 30% of it would normally sink, and it's been sitting at the bottom of the river for the past 100 years. So that's what reclaimed wood is, when you were able to get wood that has been reused, a piece of wood. A lot of the reclaimed also come from old barns, old constructions that are being replaced by new constructions. And the beams stop, instead of just getting rid of them, they turn into new products, like wood flooring is one of them.
Gotcha. Is this a recent phenomenon, or has people been using reclaimed wood for?
No, it's been going on, I would say, for the past 25 years. There's several different ways of doing it. Like I said, there are old constructions, rivers. I had the luck of visiting Panama. They're harvesting the forest underneath of the Panama Canal, and the logs are being there for 100 years. So, and every tree that you harvest or every beam that you use that has been already cut, it's a young tree that you don't have to cut, so it's very environmental friendly.
Gotcha. So, looking at this piece of material right here, what species is this?
That's oak. That's white oak, white American oak.
This is American white oak.
Right.
And from a cost standpoint, it's solid. Is it cost effective to use reclaimed wood?
It's definitely more expensive than if you would just have a regular white oak piece like that, because like I said, there's a huge process where if you're talking about beams, old construction beams, there's a huge process of removing all the nails or any metal so you don't destroy your machines or your equipment, and as well as it's a lot of a waste on the production. So it's a very, very unique product. It's something that it's a piece of art. It's something that you cannot just make it. They have to collect it from nature.
So if an architect or designer is specifying reclaimed wood in a project, there's certain expectations, I imagine, that they should have for the product when it comes. Is there much consistency?
No, and that's I think one of the expectations is that the wood looks as rustic and as natural as wood could look. Like I said, I have a friend that worked in the wood flooring business his whole life, and they said that before he would come to a house which has a floor like this, and he has to sand it and resand it to make it perfect and smooth. And nowadays, there's a lot of demand for wood that looks like wood, that looks rustic, it would look worn out, like a castle, for instance. And that's what reclaimed comes in place, because it's naturally built that way, pretty much.
Sure. Well, as a material supplier, and we've recently specified some reclaimed oak for a project here in the district, and I'm concerned that the variations that may occur might be outside tolerances, normal tolerances. So is there a standard? If you get a control sample, say this was our control sample, and this is wood. This doesn't have a lot of knots. It doesn't have a lot. It's got some sawn areas. You can see rough sawn areas. But will most of the 5,000 square feet look like this, or will most of it be pitted and knotted? And should the expectation in the beginning be noted for the architect to have an understanding, and will the mill or the factory creating it be able to produce it in such a manner?
Yeah, I think as a rule of thumb, you should never, whenever you're dealing with wood, you can never expect that one piece or two pieces would determine the overall look of the floor. Because as we know, wood, it's a natural thing. Every single piece, it's unique. When it goes to reclaimed, then I think it's the variation. It's even more drastic. I mean, you would see pieces that might be, even black, or some of them will have leftover paint on it, or a lot of nail holes in it. And that's what this particular product expect. Yes, there's some reclaimed logs, for instance, that, like I said, the logs are intact, so you can get a clear board out of it. So there's different stages on reclaimed that the market can, different segments, the rustic look, the, painted look, the holes, and or even the clear, the look that you see sometimes.
Do you see reclaimed wood being used often on wall applications as well as floor and ceiling applications as well?
Definitely. I mean, there's a lot of being, used on walls.
Yeah.
I would say that perhaps even more than flooring and furniture, and pretty much all the segments in the wood flooring in the wood market.
Sure. So how does one go about shopping and identifying sources for reclaimed wood?
Well, I think it's, it depends on the project itself. I mean, if one wants to keep, a lot of commercial stores or commercial jobs, they want to keep that natural old look, that classic old worn.
Sure.
Depending on the business. So I think that the architect will determine which segment of the project will call for something like that, for wood that it would be with that character.
Daniel, thank you for your information today. Thank you for watching today. If you found this information useful, you have any projects that you're working on or any problems you're facing, please feel free to reach out. Give us a call. We're happy to consult.